Alrighty. How's everybody doing out there today? Y'all having a good time? You enjoying yourselves? It is Saturday evening again, and here we are with Table Talk. Oh, yeah, babies. How you doing there, Anita? You doing alright?
Yeah, doing good.
Alrighty, I hope everybody that's tunes in now or later on rewatching the broadcast at a later date has a great day, and hope you had a wonderful week, by the way. Now, like I said during the opening, we are live in the studio, and this is another episode of Table Talk. So, Anita, how was your week?
So far so good. Ran into a very irritating person, but other than that, not too bad.
Oh, really? What? Oh, excuse me. What made them so irritating? People want to know. Inquiring minds want to know.
Basically, coming in out of the blue and
Hey there, Izzy.
saying,
How you doing? Welcome. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
it's all good. Hi, Izzy. Hope you're having a good day and a good weekend.
So you were saying you ran into somebody irritating over the week.
Yeah, and they're sitting in my living room right now.
Ah. Oh, that one. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess it'd be
That's
safe to
what.
say you're not staying out of trouble either, then, huh?
Oh, I am. I'm completely ignoring them and in my own private bubble.
You're in your own private little bubble. Yeah.
Yep.
I think that's
On the
a saying that we kind of all adapted to a certain degree since the pandemic, anyway. Little bubble talk. What's it
right,
good for,
right.
anyway, you know? Anyway, so
Yeah,
Izzy,
Izzy,
I
I'm
have
doing
a
great.
question for you. Did you get to finish season 1 of The Russian Doll yet? Oh, you're always a good girl, huh? Well, that remains to be seen. For those of y'all just tuned in, welcome. If you're new here, welcome to Jack's World. Saturdays are usually dedicated to table talk for about from 5 p.m. until whenever, so we'll just see how things go.
Well, if you really want to get crazy
Oh,
here,
you haven't
you could
finished it
always.
yet, huh? Oh, that's a shame. Been a busy week? Well, we are going to discuss the ending just a little bit. We were hoping that you had enough time to finish up season 1. So I'll just go ahead and say this much about the ending of season 1. It was very, very unexpected, to say the least.
Right? It was. It's not exactly where I seen them going with it, but it kind of does make sense
Well,
if
to a
you really
point.
think about it.
And that's to a point.
If you can at least, absorb the symbolism that they use.
Right. Oh, really? Sound like you had a busy week there, Izzy. Okay, curiosity's getting the better of me. What's with the name change? I'm just asking out of curiosity. There's nothing wrong with it. And for those of y'all just tuned in, welcome. Glad to have you. Don't be shy. Say hello in chat. Um, Share the feed with your friends on your social media, your Discord if you have a Discord account, your Facebook, your Twitter. Pass out the joy that is Jack's world. I'll tell you what. Well, here's what I've been doing all week. I've been preparing for some real life issues and things and like that. And I'll also rented a small little trailer in a rundown, seedy little sim. It's set in a Florida type setting, or LA rather. And it is loosely based on the show Lucifer. Now, once I found this sim and got the trailer rented for a while, I went and I watched an episode of Lucifer just to try to get a feel for it. That show is quite entertaining. I see why so many people talk about it. And the whole
Well, I'll have to
idea
take a look at it.
and the whole idea that the devil actually starts caring for mankind, that's a very interesting twist. Oh my, oh my, oh my. Anyway, yeah, you should at least go watch one or two episodes of it anyway. Now, since we're on the topic of TV shows, is there anything out there that you're watching that you like to tell the people about? Oh, excuse me.
Let's see. I've been watching. It's called My Girl. No, I think it is called My Girl, but it's an Asian show. It's not the My Girl movies.
Right. Well, you do like your Asian culture and your Asian TV shows.
I do. It's highly entertaining. It's about a girl who gets her face scarred when she's very little in basically elementary school by a boy accidentally, and then they meet later in life, and uh, it's called My Girl, and like, he is the CEO of a makeup company, and she is basically a makeup artist and influencer.
Wow.
And she also has this PTSD disorder where if she has some type of wish that she wants fulfilled, she almost creates like a different personality and then goes after it until that wish is fulfilled, or at least partially fulfilled, so to speak, before she goes back to being herself.
Damn.
It's pretty entertaining. And he, in the meantime, is looking for this girl that he scarred when he was little, which he can't remember too much about her, to try and apologize and make it up to her. And
Right.
he doesn't realize that it's her at first because she has a scar hidden by makeup. And then it's accidentally revealed, and so he thinks it's her at first. And then he sees that she went to a different like elementary school later on, and so he doesn't think it's her anymore, and it gets pretty twisted. Then he thinks somebody else is the girl, and oh yeah, it's great. It's great. I have like 5 episodes left.
Is that that
to
one
watch.
show? Is that
Maybe
one
6.
show? Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but is that one show that I saw advertised on Netflix? That where they like, yeah, that's right. It is. It is. Where 20 years have passed and they didn't really know who they were. He was a boy and she was a little older or something like that. And they started falling in
No,
love.
nope, that's different.
Okay, all right.
Nope, because they were the same age. They were in the same class.
Okay.
Or actually, same age, different class.
But see, there
Same
was
grade
one.
though.
I saw one show that was similar to that. That was advertised on Netflix not too long ago, and it's where 20 years had passed since they had seen each other. They didn't really recognize each other at first. He had fallen in love with her and she with him, but somehow went their separate ways. And after 20 years, they didn't really recognize each other. And they went through a up and down type of
There
love hate
there are a
relationship.
lot there are a lot of Asian shows with similar starting points.
Uh
Not always 20 years, sometimes it's like 5 years or 10 years or whatever. But a lot of the times they had met previously when they were younger, maybe once, maybe a couple times, not realizing each time that they actually knew each other.
It seemed like it
So
might be
there's
an interesting show, though, quite honestly. I mean,
I believe it is available on YouTube if you want to watch it. It's just called My Girl. Um, I could probably look it up and
right.
find out for you real fast.
All right. It's a remake of the American version, right? For the
No,
Oriental
it's
side?
different.
Oh.
No, my if you did you ever watch the My Girl movies?
Uh-huh. Hello,
Okay.
Palia. How you doing? Glad to see you. I'm glad you could join the show. You been doing all right?
Okay, yes, they do have My Girl. It's a mainland China drama, and I'm trying to see. It's on Yo-Yo English
Yo-yo.
channel. Yep.
Okay. Might have to check that one out. For those of y'all
Yeah,
new
I really
to
like it.
Jazz World, welcome. This is Table Talk. Me and Anita host this show every Saturday night at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Feel free to share the link among your social medias, your YouTube friends, and Facebook and Twitter and what have you. Y'all want to? You have a topic you want us to dive into? Well, the table is open today, so.
Right, right. But yeah, it's very different. Now there is a new one on Vika. I don't think they've put it on YouTube yet. I know they have a preview for it on YouTube, but it is called
Excuse me.
uh uh Worry the Virgin, and it's actually based on Jane the Virgin, the American version.
Oh wow.
But they're doing I think it's the Korean version.
What's some of the main differences between the Oriental culture as far as TV shows and the American culture? Because I'm sure a lot of people right now wouldn't really know what the differences are.
The biggest one that I've seen is that everything's not about sex. There tends to be a lot more like respect and like honor shown
Uh-huh.
towards each person on both ends of the stick, or both towards the man and the woman.
That's always good. They've always been a culture of high respect anyway.
Right.
More so than us,
I
I mean.
I love the Korean dramas. They are some of my favorite TV. And I've got a million of them that I've watched so far. And I rewatch regularly. Um, but I also love the historical Chinese dramas and some of the more modern ones too.
Okay, now about the weekend sales. Have you seen any good ones this weekend? Because I know you're kind of big on that crap.
I know. Clothes wise, honestly, not too much. Everything kind of looks like a repeat of most things that I've seen on here before. I
Oh,
did find
of
some
last
shoes
week or
pretty
something
pretty.
later?
No, just like um some clothes you can find at like multiple stores. They're just in different colors or different patterns because you can buy like the all permissions template of them basically,
Uh huh.
and then put your own spin on them, or at least you should be. If you're not, then there's no point really buying from you. But it was stuff like that, some of the same style skirts that I've seen for over a year on here now. Um, Same style shorts that you see everywhere, basically. I mean, there was a couple things, don't get me wrong. I did buy a couple things. But I mostly bought a few house things this week. Like I bought some plants. I bought this really beautiful fern, and I believe that was on the, oh, I can't even remember which sale that was.
Oh,
Found a
really?
really nice beach folding chair. That was on the bento weekend sales. Got a couple poses, a couple backdrops.
Yeah, I
But
kind of noticed that, finally. Now, if y'all haven't seen that video I did, what was it, about a week ago, 2 weeks ago? It's Let's Go Shopping, where I was trying to point out just how little there is out there for men's fashion. After I did that video, I got quite a few emails through the website.
right.
And I'm telling you, man, I must have hit a chord with a lot of you all out there because y'all kind of blew up my email on
I told you.
jetbackston.com.
Told you. Told you.
I know you did. I know you did.
I think you should do another one. It was great. It was hysterical. I loved it. It was so much fun.
No, man. I didn't think I was going to get the reaction that I got, quite honestly. I mean, some of y'all were kind of saying that you liked the video and you laughed your ass off. And others, you all were saying that you felt like I was picking on certain creators. Let me clarify this, okay? It's not that I was picking on anybody. It was just
No,
saying, and it might be a difference between generation as well, because some of the things that we were finding that day, a straight man would not wear unless you were back in the 70s. Then that's
but
very
again,
highly unlikely in that.
that's a generation thing because
Right?
tell you what, some things in my youngest brother's generation that the guys wear that
Mm-hmm.
you would not be caught dead in and say, okay, so my very youngest brother is he's going to be 21 this year,
Okay.
okay? And the things that his generation wears, when my other brother, who is going to be 30, let's see, how old am I? He's going to be 38 this year. No, he's going to be, yeah, 38. He'll be 38 this year. He wouldn't be
Okay.
caught dead wearing.
Let me pose a
And
question.
none of his friends.
Let me pose a question out there to you all in chat. Now, there was a tank top. It was supposedly for men now, but it was cut so low it was showing male pecs like male boobs. I mean, we. I have got a female friend who wears shirts kind of like that. So it's a female fashion point of view, but I can't really see a male wearing a tank top that is cut so low that you're basically seeing the top part of their stomach. What is up with that shit? Honestly. Can you all shed some light on that?
But it's not insulting creators to state your opinion on something. I'm sorry, it's not. Um, some people like it, some people don't.
Right?
That doesn't prevent you from stating your opinion. Your opinion's going to be different from everybody else. My opinion's different from his. It's
Of
just
course it
that's
is.
life.
I know you do a lot of good morning talks when you live stream and your 50 Linden sales on the weekends. You see what I'm talking about, don't you? I know you got to. And some of these creators, let's point something else out here just a little bit. Some of these creators that do a little male fashion, or some of these YouTube videos on fashion period, they're not taking the time to really talk about the male side of the industry. They're just saying, "Oh, well, that don't look good. Moving along, moving along." Oh,
Well, they
well,
don't even say that. They don't even say that. They just comment on it like they show it to you. They don't say good or bad and or anything like that. They don't put any kind of criticism on anything. Oh, that's so wonderful and blah 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 blah. Okay, does that mean you're gonna wear it? I mean, honestly, state a true opinion. Don't sugarcoat everything.
right. Now, for those of y'all that don't know me all that well yet, or that you may be new to Jack's world, disclaimer. I will at times say stuff that you might not agree with, or I might rub you the wrong way with how I view things. But, doesn't mean that I'm trying to offend you. On the contrary. Now, since we're on the topic of fashion and YouTube videos and all that, what I would like to see, which I really don't think is going to happen, but I would like to see some of these creators that are doing these YouTube fashion videos actually dive deeper into the actual fashion part of it. Like who it's by, how long they've been creating clothing, actually bring them on for an interview and stuff like that. Now that would be kind of fun. Don't you think?
Well, and he did say something kind of along those lines. He did say straight men of his generation.
Exactly. I
Because
mean,
not all straight men are different. Again, like I was saying about my brothers, and they are very, very straight. In fact, one of my brothers is homophobic.
well, a lot of things come down to just generational type things. I mean, when you're raised a certain way, you're taught, and you see the world in a certain light than somebody from a younger generation would. I mean, that just
Right.
happens.
Right, but even in people in the same generation, they're going to have different styles.
Right.
Every
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
no, I completely agree. Your perspective is spot on. Um, and it is. It's very perspective wise. And I'm not going to down any creator in here because everybody is putting time and effort into what they make,
Right. And that's
you
not
know?
my. That wasn't my agenda in the very beginning. I just feel okay. There are so many Second Life YouTubers out there and creators. There are new people coming to Second Life by the droves every day. They're coming in here with the misconception that Second Life is this way or that way. If you'll go back and you watch the video I did for newcomers coming into Second Life, I can't tell you what Second Life is not being, what you're not finding out about Second Life until you experience it for yourself. There's a lot of dark sides out there, people, and you gotta be careful. You've got to be careful. Because not everybody's going to believe the same things you believe, and that's fine. That's what makes the world what it is today. But some people can be awful rude about it, too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, and it does. A lot of it has to do with how you're raised. I completely agree with Izzy. It's not just generational, it's how you're raised.
Right.
Sometimes, you fight back against the way you're raised, and so you rebuff it completely, or and it can also throw your viewpoint out of context on some things too.
Oh, exactly. I mean, you have a set of core values that somebody else might not have. Or a religion that somebody might not follow. That doesn't necessarily make you good or bad. But there are people out
Just
there that will try
different
to,
viewpoint.
but people out there will try to twist that around on you as well too, if you let them.
Yeah, everything we go through in life, whether it has to do with just experiences. I'm not going to say how you were raised, because I was raised the same way as my brother, but we are completely different, you know.
Right.
And the things that he's done in his life, the choices he's made, and that's exactly it. Just different experiences, different choices that we make in life, different perspectives. So I'm not going to sit here and, blame everything on, oh, I was raised this way. No, not at all. We all make personal choices as we grow up through life.
Right.
And yes, I'm going to, certain things that happen us to, throughout life, they can definitely impact us. But that, that's just the way it is. Sometimes that can leave us scarred. Sometimes that can, help us grow into who we should become. It's just is what it is. It's
Of
life.
course.
It's the same thing in SL. I mean, depending on how good your experience is in SL and the choices that you make and the places you go, sometimes you have a wonderful experience, and other times you just have a really crappy experience.
Well, you're gonna have that no matter where you go, real world or
Exactly.
Second Life. I mean, that's why you gotta be careful about who you surround yourself with. You surround yourself with people who love drama, for example. Eventually, you're gonna be looked at as that you like to have drama and whatnot.
Well, I do occasionally.
No, there's a difference between having fun and kidding around and being so dramafied that you're out to destroy people's relationships and things like that. That's something completely
Right.
different.
Oh, absolutely. I'm not into getting into the middle of people's relationships. Let them have whatever they want.
Right. I mean, Second Life is a wonderful platform, and it helps so many people. I would hate to see things start changing because people are getting so offended that they're complaining about every little thing you do. And if we're not careful, we're going to end up going down that path. See what I'm saying?
Well, it's kind of gone that way a little bit, but it's a great thing about SL. You can be whatever you want it to be.
Oh, yes, you can. Just try not to be the inappropriate Barbie.
Oh, I did, Izzy, I did come across a church the other day. They were doing a live broadcast on YouTube.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of churches out there that do that.
Let's see, I had heard about it, but I had never seen one before.
Oh yeah, I know of 3 or 4 different churches that do live broadcasts on Sundays. A lot of people were starting to attend church in that way instead of going out there physically. A lot of it because of the pandemic. That's how it all got started.
Right.
But there have always been a few churches out there that would televise their their services on the TV side, and then they started incorporating that on YouTube.
Hmm. Yeah, that has always been my thing. You can always TP somewhere else. Absolutely.
Exactly, Pilea.
You
Exactly.
can see your way out of it, or drama. If you don't like log out or TP away, you do not have to stay there in that situation.
But I am so glad to see you joining in the show. How's your channel been going so far? You made some very interesting videos, by the way, and I love your morning streams. When I have time, I do tune in.
Yeah, I've watched a couple of your videos so far. They're pretty entertaining.
For those of y'all just tuned in, welcome to Jack's World. I'm Jack, this is Anita, and this is Table Talk. We're a show that we host every Saturday night at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Sometimes we go for an hour, sometimes we go for two. It just depends on how active you are in chat and how much fun we're all having. Because, in my opinion, that's what Second Life is all about, having fun. If you want to dive deeper into the world of Jet's world, go to the webpage, jetvaction.com. If there's anything you want us to cover or a video you want me to dive into and make, drop the station an email and have some fun. Oh, yeah, babies.
Wow, I have never been hit up to join a church before on SL.
Alrighty then.
Oh, Izzy, that is definitely me. I'm one of those people. I will raise my hand. I will show up in an exotic outfit all the time. Unless it's like against the sim rules, I do try to change my outfit. But if I like something, I wear it. I mean,
Well, just because you might dress a certain way doesn't mean that you are going to go out and act a certain way, though, too. There's a lot of
exactly.
misconception there about that.
Yeah, the one thing I liked about SL when I first joined it is you could wear whatever you want and people were not shaming you for it. Like, I mean, so many women in real life get shamed for what they wear, the lack of what they wear, or if they wear too much or wear too little. I I cannot stand that. In SL, it opened up the world to wear whatever you want or could create.
Yeah, it's kind of changed in that regard, though. I'm seeing more body shaming going on now than I ever did back in my
Right?
original days. Of course, I've been around since 2008. So I'm an old timer when it comes to Second Life. And trust me, I feel like it too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, right? Yep. So you have basically the same viewpoint then. I think everybody should have the freedom to wear what they feel like wearing and expressing themselves on any given day in SL. However, I do agree to always abide by sim
Sim
rules
rules.
because because sims are different, depending on where you're going. Like you have your PD sims, your mature sims, and your adult sims. And some of them are, RP, so they expect you to wear a certain type of outfit or genre of clothing depending on the type of sim you're going to. I mean, if you're going to a medieval role play sim, which checked one out the other day, it was kind of fun. They kind of expect you to go basically with that theme so you're not throwing everybody else's experience out of tune, which I think
Right.
is awesome.
Yeah, I wasn't used to seeing you wearing what you were wearing when I TV'd home last night, too. I mean, that was it's kind of interesting.
Right?
Was it a fun sim, though?
It was amazingly designed. It was so beautiful.
I'll tell you what, after the show, we'll put the description of where that sim is if any of you all want to go check it out. Because I know a lot of you all out there love to explore. At least I'm trying to get you all to explore more and get off your, your skyboxes and all that crap. A lot. I keep being asked on a regular day, and almost every day actually, in emails and in IMs. Jack, I'm so bored. What can I go out there and do? And I tell them every time they ask me that. Well, it's simple. Get out of your little skybox, grab a friend or two, and go explore somewhere that you've never been before. Your
Yes,
SL
I'm
closet?
right there. My SL closet is just the same way. Same way. Very scandalous. Well, it's got a mixture, but more scandalous than anything else. And I've got my, very modest clothes. I did used to go to um, an Arabian sim where, women had to be covered from basically head to toe and you could show your face and hands and that was about it.
Well, that's
So, That was a lot of fun too.
So what kind of role play y'all are into nowadays? I know I haven't asked you all that in a long time, because it kind of seems like role playing sims are in some areas are dying out.
We're seeing less traffic anyway.
Yeah. Well, you want to
I
come clean
did.
my house
I
if
can
I
only
live?
clean for so long. No, I agree with you, Ivy. I agree. But also, if you're going to be in a moderate sim and enforce the rules, enforce them for everybody. Don't
Exactly.
just pick on people because they're not in your
Little
friend
social
group.
group, yeah. I mean, we all got
Got
a
to be.
little, we all got our own little circle of friends. And speaking for myself, I try to meet new people and build contacts wherever I go. But you're not always going to get along with people, and not everybody's going to accept you in certain circles either. But doesn't mean that you all can't tolerate each other. But don't.
I need to show up at your taco truck. I need that landmark. I've been going to this great coffee shop here lately. Oh my gosh, it's so much fun. But I have not gone to a taco truck. I need your landmark.
Speaking of the coffee shop, that little episode we shot last night, I hope to have the editing done with it and hopefully get it posted sometime tonight or tomorrow morning, maybe. I
Mhm.
think y'all going to like the show encounters that we are working on. If you like the whole roleplay storyline type videos, you'll love this.
Yep. So do you have a lot of fun with your taco truck? Excellent. I've heard of that. I've heard of the Exo Life. I've never used it, but I've heard of it. Oh, that's good. That's good. I'm glad to hear that because I've been to a lot of sims where they do not treat everybody who actually shows up on the sim equally.
Yeah, sadly, there's more and more of that going around. It's like if you don't fit into somebody's certain type of personality traits, or if you don't know somebody, then you're pretty well screwed.
Well, my take on it is if you're not treating everybody who shows up equally, if you're just because they're outside your social group or your clique, you're discouraging traffic on your sim. You're discouraging people from having a good experience. I always
Mm-hmm.
encourage people to follow the rules or whatever rules are set up for that particular sim, because that helps everybody have a good time. But
I'm
you should
glad you're
always
making
enforce that
money at
stuff
it there,
equally.
Palia. Oh, cool.
Yeah, I've seen more and more of the Exo Life stuff on Marketplace and in SL. It is definitely growing and it's growing fast. Like I hadn't heard of it at all a year ago, but in the last, I'd say 5 months, I've been hearing about it repeatedly. A lot of people seem to really be enjoying it.
That's always a nice thing when you find things that you're enjoying like that and people actually interact with you.
I've never
Excuse
even
me.
heard of that. I've seen the Exo Life quite a bit, actually. I've seen the people with the health bars and their status bars where it shows their uh, is it liquid or water and hungriness and happiness and all that fun stuff. I've seen that on quite a few Sims.
To be honest with you, I really don't know what y'all are talking about.
Okay, it's basically a role play status bar. So it shows your happiness level,
Oh, okay, all
your
right, all right.
your hydration, your different things because you have to actually buy food to keep your Abby healthy. It's a very immersive role play tool.
Oh, okay, all right.
You have to buy water or fluids, drinks to keep yourself hydrated so you don't die.
So it was very complicated then, finally. Interesting.
Yeah, I've never heard of the BU. I'll have to
Well,
look it up.
you learn something new every day here in
Right. Well,
Jack's world.
there's so much in SL. I mean, that you can't experience all of it, not all at once. It takes time, and things are constantly changing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I heard that you can pause that so that you don't, die off or whatever when you're needing to take a break from the role play end of things, portion of it.
Oh,
You have to
man.
pee. Well, can't really RP without it. I
Oh,
guess
my
Big Apple
goodness.
has toilets now. And I've seen where you can get the ExoLife scripts to put into, food or furniture and stuff too to help interact with your RP.
Oh, my God.
Oh my gosh, that would be great. Imagine being in the middle of a club and you suddenly have to go. There is not an ExoLife toilet around.
Well, that actually happens in real life. When you're out there in
Oh,
the
I
club
know.
and you have to pee all of a sudden. Let's make it as realistic as possible here, people.
Oh, trust me, I know. Mom got pregnant 6 times. You know how many times she pulled over and peed on the side of the road? You don't even want to know.
All right, if you all like the content, make sure you share, subscribe if you haven't already, hit the thumbs up button, and tell all your friends about Jack's World. If there's anything y'all want to talk about in future shows, drop the station an email at jackbaxton.com by Wednesday every week, and that topic will be looked into and put forward for Saturday's shows. Now, you can send in your requests all throughout the week, but the cutoff date for Saturday shows is Wednesday every week. Hey, Pilea, when's your next exploring video going to be, and where are you taking everybody on your next one? Or have you even given it any thought? I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly, by the way. If I'm not, I apologize.
Yeah, that can be expensive when you have to replace all your furniture just to RP.
Oh, yeah,
Much
definitely.
easier to try and add a script if you're able to.
It's, I say scripting's kind of hard.
No, what we're talking about is ExoLife gives you scripts to put in your stuff.
Right.
It's an ExoLife script, so you're not having to script. You're just having to basically, you know, click on
No,
your furniture, go to edit, and drop it in.
well, I know I get that, but let's say the script fucking breaks, so I mean you're pretty well screwed. It'd be easier if you had a little bit of scripting knowledge.
I'm not going to dispute that because I don't have any basis to really comment on that. I've never scripted.
True.
Although I've had my scripts break in my stuff before. That's not fun.
Yeah, that's painful when that happens.
Delivery. Oh, that would be nice. I bet that's going to be cool. I also went to a Lost Wastelands this week. It's basically post-apocalyptic. Yeah, I'm doing great with my pronunciation this week. LA. That place, I didn't even really get to explore it too much before I had to log out, but they did a great job on that sim.
There's a lot of amazing builders out here and landscape people who really take great pride in developing sims. It's truly breathtaking. The one sim I do miss that you can't find anywhere, I guess they went out of business or didn't want to fund it no more, was the Coast to Coast sim. Do y'all know that show, by the way? Coast to Coast AM. The original host was Art Bell. Back in, I'm probably dating my age really, really bad when I start talking about things like that. But I think George Norrie now hosts it. He comes on late nights on the radio. Sometimes they talk about supernatural stuff. Sometimes they talk about all kinds of different things. There used to be a sim dedicated to the show here in Second Life many, many years ago. You could go in there, you could sit down, listen to archive shows, and experience the sim in all its wonder. I mean, it was amazingly done.
Shadow people?
Oh, so you do know the show. Oh, I was beginning to wonder if I was the only one that ever listened to that. Yeah, the Shadow People. Okay. Yeah. The Shadow People were very interesting. You couldn't see, you could see them, but only in shadow form, and there were stories where they would kidnap, harass, and basically just torment people. Those shows were quite hilarious at times. Have you ever heard the one show about the Jersey Devil?
Never watched the show, but I have heard of the Jersey Devil.
It's a radio. It's a radio program. They sometimes have. They also have a YouTube channel as well. It is. Yeah, Coast to Coast AM is. I still enjoy it, but not as much as I did back when Art Bell used to do it. He was a great radio announcer and producer, and his shows were always entertaining.
Sounds like it. Difference of opinion. I love it.
Okay. There was,
basically an urban legend.
Yeah, it was an urban legend, but there were supposedly sightings of the Jersey Devil. Okay, if you can think of the Tasmanian Devil in the cartoons, that's kind of what the Jersey Devil legend was based on. Well, that's where the cartoon came from, I believe. Don't hold me to that, though. I really don't know. It's just my opinion. Now, since we're on this particular subject, give me your all's honest opinion. If you all are interested in this kind of content, I'll start producing it again. What do you all think about aliens in Second Life? How would you interact with them? Would you run? Would you hide? Would you actually get involved in a very deep, thought out role play? Because there was a short period of time, like last summer, I did 4 videos where I was walking around as an alien looking for life. And everybody that I encountered would either run the other way or stand there and not say a single word. It
Maybe they're
was,
just AFK or busy.
oh no, they weren't busy because they were there talking to other people. Yes, aliens in Second Life. I did have 4 little videos about that about a year ago. If you go to my channel, if you dig deep enough, you can find that playlist.
Well, if you really think about it, anything that doesn't look human on Second Life could be considered an alien,
Well, true.
depending on the type of a planet it came from.
I was just amazed at the fact that nobody seemed to want to interact with somebody walking around in an alien costume when you have.
Easy.
Oh man.
He was on mainland. That's on mainland.
Yeah, it was on mainland. Well, not everybody's a troll pilot. I mean, I get what
Yeah,
you're
but
saying. I really do get what you're saying. There are a lot of people on here that film stuff just for trolling purposes. But then you have the few people like myself that would like to just get involved in a deep role play and maybe record it and put it out there for the world to enjoy.
right, but I mean, if you watch a lot of those trolling videos, they dress up really odd and distort and just put on craziness and go trolling. And so a lot of people will tend to avoid somebody looking like that because they don't want to be in somebody's trolling video.
I'm not going to argue that. I'm not trying to argue that at all. In fact, people who make the trolling videos, they give the rest of us content creators or are just trying to find good interaction a bad reputation. Plain and simple. You know, not everyone is a troll, and that's
Nope.
why I was trying to get. I mean, you got people
But
walking
it was
around here in demon costumes and angel costumes and things like that, and people had no problem with interacting with them. but, but you walk around in an alien costume now, that's a different story.
right, but aliens and or well, I'll say not aliens, but like angels and demons and fairies and werewolves and all those are like a subculture in SL and a well-known one. So people are not going to be freaking out about that type of stuff as much or thinking that they're trolls so much because it's so common.
Of course. Of course, you're going to always ask if you do certain things there, Pilot. That's not exactly what I'm getting at. But not every time you. Sometimes you just want it. How can I put this?
Spontaneous?
Some of the best interactions I've had with people is like just a conversation. We use conversation for an example. When it's not planned out and you just talk to each other. Bam. I mean, that's some of the best times in the world at times. You got the laugh that's coming from a genuine place and stuff like that. If you're sitting there asking people all the time about, well, can you do this, can you do that, then it becomes too scripted. I get what you're saying, though. You would have better luck probably if you ask, but do you really want to ask all the time? Do you really want every little thing to be planned out in Second Life? I mean, Second Life is about adventure, experiencing something new. But that's just my opinion. But I do
Or
get what you're
building and
saying, though. I really
creating.
do. You were saying?
I said also building and creating.
Right.
I mean, there's not really anything else out there that's completely almost completely user made.
Oh, in Second Life, it's all it is user made.
Exactly.
That's what makes this platform so unique and so well done.
Fantastic.
Because you're really drawing from your own imagination and your own experiences. And the goal as a creator, in my opinion, is to put that together and put it out there for the world to experience and hopefully enjoy. In one of my videos where I was talking about how reality is bleeding into the virtual world, that's another prime example. If you're having to sit in there, plan out every little thing you do, and basically always having to ask instead of just experiencing, yeah, there are times when you should ask. But then there are times when it's just better if you just experience it organically and just go with it. Okay, I'm getting off my soapbox here on that little topic. Don't want to bore y'all too much.
Well, I mean, it is there. It was her comment is exactly basically what you're getting at.
All right.
Um, no one would truly be themselves if asked beforehand. They would all trying to be putting on a front or, you know, make themselves out to be either worse than they actually are or better than they actually are. Sometimes you just want to truly get to know somebody or, their true opinion on something without prompting.
Yeah. And have you ever, I'm getting tongue tied here a little bit. Have y'all ever noticed that for a virtual world that is supposed to be able to be anything you want it to be, people are so judgmental in here? What's up with that?
We're all critics.
Well, yeah, I guess we are to a point.
But we are also all our own worst critic.
Oh, I'd have to definitely agree with that. Y'all having a great weekend so far? I know it's a Saturday, and we just got a big thunderstorm just rolled through here a few minutes ago. So that's the reason why I was asking if y'all were staying dry.
Oh, we just had some showers here too a couple hours ago, but they're cleared up now, and I actually see big patches of blue sky.
Well, lucky you there, Anita.
Oh, I know. Well, up here it's kind of the saying is just wait 5 minutes, the weather will change.
Alrighty
Welcome to
there,
the
Pilot.
spring.
Have a great night. Thanks for popping in. Hope you enjoyed the show. And make sure to come back sometime.
Yeah, exactly. You should always be true to yourself.
So true there, Izzy.
Have a beautiful rest of your weekend, Carla.
This show was another very interesting one. I love when we are having people that interact with y'all are. It's very entertaining for us when we have people who really dive into the topics along with us.
Right? I love the interaction. It makes things more lively.
Yes, it does.
Definitely, I like everybody's different points of view. Gives you more insight and makes you take another look even at your own opinion.
I know. Yeah, exactly. You know, they always said that America was, the great big melting pot. I think Second Life is another example of a great big melting pot. I mean, with all the different opinions and all the different cultures you can experience in here, and you don't even
Hmm.
have to spend hardly any money at all.
Right? I mean, you meet some of the most wonderful people from around the world that you would normally never be able to meet in real life.
Mm-hmm.
Never get the chance to experience or learn from or, even maybe alter your point of view.
It amazes me each and every day. I experience something new and amazing, and it just brings so much more depth to the whole experience. If that makes any sense to you all out there.
Yeah, everybody's opinion is valid. I mean, just because you disagree with somebody doesn't invalidate somebody else's opinion.
Right. I'm sorry if I missed your response there, Izzy. But what was the what was the name change again? Why'd you go with Mama? Do I'm just gonna call you Izzy. I mean, I'm sorry that's how I met you. That's what you always be
Mama
to me.
Drewby?
Yeah.
I believe she said that she was basically hiding out.
Oh, okay. Ah, okay. I get it.
Right, you don't know until you give people a chance. And that's what I have a really good friend on here and she's constantly going on and on and on again about how she can't meet a good man. And I've known her for 6 to possibly 8 years. And I'm all like, "Well, you can't just assume that every guy's just talking to you to get into your pants." 9
Exactly.
times out of 10 on SL they probably are, but you don't know until you give them at least a chance. Talk to him, try to start a conversation.
Well, I can understand you trying to hide from the thoughts of people there, my dear. I really can. And I wish you all luck in the world with that. Alrighty, my little divvy ones. I got a very busy week coming up ahead of me, so we're gonna go into our last little segment here, and then out the door we go. I hope you all really have enjoyed the shows we produce each week. If you haven't, subscribe already and do so if you want to hit the little thumbs up button. Go to the webpage, jetveteran.com, to dive deeper into the world of Jack's World. There you'll see some radio shows that I produce and some old archived podcast episodes and so forth and so on. For those of y'all just tuning in now, you can watch the replay anytime you want, but it's hitting the little rewind button when the. Oh man, I'm getting tongue tied a lot today here.
Mm, yep, yep. I've been getting that way here and there myself, but I just need to drink some more water, I think.
It's a sign of old age in my case. I guess I start walking around with a walker here one of
Could
these
also
days.
be a sign of dehydration.
True, possibility. Well, hope you all have enjoyed the show. Is there anything you want to say in closing there, Anita?
Drink more water?
Oh yes, water. Water makes you grow. What's that old commercial? Milk does body good. What does water do for you then?
keeps you hydrated and keeps you from dying.
Well, I mean, you know the old saying, milk does the body good. I mean, we got to
Mm.
come up with some type of saying for water too. I mean, can't let milk have all the good lines.
Well,
Uh,
can't really say anything. Milk just brings pain for me, so.
okay, okay, I get you.
uh,
I get you. Alrighty, my little deviant ones. This has been Jack and Anita. Hope you all have a great day. Enjoy your weekend. Stay out of trouble. Be kind to each other. And most importantly, explore and take care of yourself.